I'm Gayatri, working as Assistant Professor in EC Department at SNS College of Technology. Today I am going to discuss about the topic Wireless Markup Language, which is under the unit of Application Layer for the subject Principles of Communication Systems. The Wireless Markup Language WML. The WML stands for Wireless Markup Language, which is based on HTML and HTML format. It is specified as an XML document type. It is a markup language used to develop the websites for mobile phones. The Wireless Markup Language WML, the WAP Wireless Application Protocol sites are different from normal HTML sites in the fact that they are monochromatic. Only black and white pictures can be evaluated, consigns, and has very small screen, due to which content in the WAP sites will be only the significant matter, much like how Telegram used to work in the olden days. The features of wireless markup language, text and images. The wireless markup language gives a clue about how the text and images can be presented to the user. The final presentation depends upon the user pictures needed to be in wireless broad markup language format and will be a monochrome. The user interaction. The wireless markup language supports different elements for input like password entry, option selector, text entry control. The user is free to choose inputs such as keys or voice. Navigation. The wireless markup language offers hyperlink navigation and browsing history. Context management. The state can be shared across different texts and can be also saved between different texts and controls. The problem faced up by the wireless web application when used with a mobile and wireless environment. HTTP bandwidth and delay. The HTTP is not made for low bandwidth and high delay connections in mind. HTTP protocol headers are large and redundant as HTTP is uncompressed and stateless. Caching. The caching is disabled by content providers as client companies cannot get feedback if the cache is placed between the server and client. The users suffer from downloading the same content repeatedly from the server as HTTP is stateless. Posting. The sending some content from the client to the server will create the additional problems if the said client is disconnected at the moment immediately. The problem faced up by the web application when used with a mobile and wireless environment. HTML. The HTML was designed for the use in creating content for web pages of the World Wide Web. It was meant only for desktop initially, thus when used in the handheld devices. Some problem arises because of using this HTML was small display and low resolution, limited user interfaces, low performance central processing unit. The enhancement needed for the use of HTML in wireless environment is that first one is image scaling and second one content transformation. The document in PDF should be transformed into plain text as a PDF, occupies more memory. Content extractions. To avoid the longer duration wait, some contents like headlines can be extracted from the document and presented to the user. This lets the user decide which information alone needs to be downloaded. The enhancement needed for the use of HTTP in wireless environments. Connection reuse. The connection reuse in the client and the server can be used the same TCP transformation control protocol connections for several requests and responses. Pipelining can be used to improve the performance of HTTP wireless environment. The caching enhancement. The cache should store cacheable response to reduce response time and bandwidth for future responses. Caching can be done with a mobile client web browsers itself by using the client proxy. The network proxy can also be used on the network side. Bandwidth optimization. HTTP supports compression and also negotiates the parameters and compression styles. This allows the partial transformations. WML script. WML script is a client-side scripting language of WML in wireless application protocol, and those content is static. It is optimized for low-power devices and it is compiled language. Comparison of WML with HTML. The WML is used only for WP sites. WML sites are monochrome unlike HTMLs. There are problems when using the old HTML tags, which having no closing parenthesis. Assessment: the difference between WML wireless markup language and HTML, and what is our wireless markup language browser, and how the web development can be done by using this environment.